Well, it's time for today's Breakfast Bite on Pure 24/7 Radio, and I'm delighted to welcome another guest from Torch Trust today. It is Vicky. Hi, Vicky. How are you doing?
Hi, great, thanks. How are you?
Very well. It's great to have you on for today's Breakfast Bite. Just before we start, would you like to tell us briefly what it is you do at Torch Trust?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the Church Partnership Coordinator. Part of my role is working on our sight loss friendly church program. So I'm supporting churches in welcoming and including blind and partially sighted people in their congregations. We've got lots of resources and advice that we can give to churches.
Wow, fantastic. And do you enjoy doing that?
Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's a real privilege and a great job.
Yeah, it does sound like a fantastic thing. I love what you do at Torch Trust. It's wonderful, making things more accessible to those who are blind or partially sighted, which, is so important, so valuable. Well, thank you so much, Vicky. What have you got for us then for today's breakfast bite?
One of my favourite characters in the Bible.
Oh, very interesting.
Yes. So if your church gave you a nickname, I wonder what it would be. Maybe something related to your hospitality gifts, musical gifting, something about being a prayer warrior. Today, I'm going to think very briefly about a man we meet in the book of Acts called Joseph. We learn that he's a Levite from Cyprus, and the apostles have given him a nickname, which I think we might be more familiar with. He is known as Barnabas, which means son of encouragement. I've been looking at what the word encouragement means, and according to the Cambridge English Dictionary, encouragement is words or behaviour that give someone confidence to do something. What an amazing thing to be known for, being the person who sees good in others and helps them to become all that they can in Christ. I bet Barnabas would have been a really great person to be around and to have as part of your fellowship. There are several references to Barnabas in the book of Acts. I was looking this week at Acts 11, where he goes to Antioch and he encourages the believers. The first line about him is about what an encourager he is. He encourages them to keep going with what they're doing, to stay faithful to God. And we read in Acts that this encouragement helps that church in Antioch to keep growing. And later in the book of Acts, we read about his encouragement of John Mark. Even when John Mark gets things wrong, Barnabas still sees the good inside him. And he encourages John Mark not to give up, not to let those past mistakes define or limit his future. And I'm really struck by how amazing it is to meet people who are like Barnabas in our lives. So I've been wondering who those people might be for the listeners out there. Who are the people that have seen a gift in you, encouraged you to keep going in your faith when it feels tough? Who are the people that said, have you given this a try? I've seen that you're really good at this. Is this a gift God's given you to use? And what ways that we can to say thank you to those people. I know in my life, there have been people who have been so encouraging of me and allowed me to take those steps that I never thought I'd be able to take without people saying, come on, you've got this. Keep trusting in God. God's got more for you. Keep going. And then I wonder, as Christians, who we could be Barnabas for today. We all know how good it feels to be encouraged, for people to see our gifts, to use their words, their actions to give us that confidence. I wonder who those people might be around us. People who might need encouragement to keep going. The people who we think, you're really good at this. Everyone else must have told you. But at the end of the day, usually everyone else hasn't told them. And you could be that first person to say, do you know, this is a real gift I see in you. And even those people who seem really confident, I wonder if just that word of, I loved what you did there. That was a great sermon. That was a great prayer leading, can make a difference. We might not always see that difference that we make, but how awesome is God that we plant these seeds of encouragement and God allows them to grow and equips people to do so much more. So yeah, I've just been so struck by Barnabas and how amazing it is to see people who are like Barnabas and also to be like Barnabas as we encourage those around us.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much, Vicky. That is, I think that's fantastic. Each one of us to think about, first of all, who in our lives has encouraged us to take bold steps. And like you say, actually, even those who might appear confident, each and every one of us, we're all human and we all have doubts, don't we? We all have questions and times we think, oh, am I any good at this? And without that affirmation, sometimes we can start to shrink back. But when somebody comes along and says, that was really great, it just gives us confidence to leap forward and go even further. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Vicky. It's been wonderful to hear from you today. Thank you for bringing us today's breakfast bite. Have a fantastic week.
Thank you. And you.